morning, Maya Sellers. Happy almost holidays.
Yes, happy almost holidays to you as well.
I remind you, I get to talk to registered dietitian Maya Fellers. Maya's here to give us a little bit of information that we need to strike a balance. Maya, as we go into the holiday, why is it important for people to strike a balance between savoring the season and staying health conscious?
That is such a fantastic question. So I really like to remind folks that the holidays come around year after year. And so many of my patients often say that they feel really guilty because they overate. And I say to them, we have this conversation every year. What if we reframe this and we say, instead of feeling guilty, what if you make a plan for entering into those food-related situations so that you can be balanced and it can support your health outcomes and that you feel so much better about what you're doing throughout the holiday season and beyond.
I hope you have some tip, Maya, because we do make those promises to ourselves, and once we get to the party, let me tell you, we eat mindlessly.
Yes, I completely understand that. So one of the things that I like to say to folks is, if this works for you, right, using a tracking app like MyFitnessPal can actually give you information. So many of us are a little bit information adverse, especially like personal information, but when we have it, we can actually look back at it and say, oh, I felt this way in relationship to how I was eating. So thinking about both the quantity of what you're having as well as the quality, right? Like your protein, your fat, your carbohydrate intake, how much fiber did you consume over a day? All of that is information that the MyFitnessPal app can give the user and allow you to say, oh, I can see some real data right here.
Does it also include the calories? Because that's what we're scared of the most.
So it does include the calories. And I have to say, as a dietitian, I actually really encourage folks to think about the long term, right? What does your entire plate look like? How are you hydrating? How are you thinking about alcohol? All of those things are really good information, especially when we're thinking about things like diabetes and cardiovascular disease. So not just the calories.
I'm going to take this one from Instagram because I thought it was really interesting because people connect with us on multiple platforms. The poster said during the holidays they put their gym time on hold and pick it up after the first of the year. What's your thoughts on that?
You know, I think that's really interesting. What I actually recommend for people is to engage in movement that is joyful. Engage in movement that you feel is supportive. And in general, I really love to see movement for folks that is appropriate for your body on a daily basis. If and when possible, get outside before noon, get some sunlight, especially for those of us who are in the northern hemisphere. With the changing of the seasons, I really do love to see movement. It supports your blood pressure, it supports your blood sugars, and it also supports your cholesterol levels. So when possible, keep incorporating that movement and get a buddy, bring a friend. You can also track it in the MyFitnessPal app.
Okay, this one comes from Instagram also. They'd like to know how do they find out what their heart rate is? So after they look at their fitness app, they know where they are. I think that's what they're saying.
So that's a really good question, and that's one of those things where I say you should work with your primary care provider or your physical therapist to determine your optimal heart rate for physical activity as well as after. So whatever tracker you're using, usually it's the wearables that are able to track that heart rate and the variability, and you want to work with a qualified provider or a sports dietitian to really figure out where you need to be during exercise, before and after exercise.
You're awfully smart. I'm going to take this last question for you. They want to know, they want to change their diet. Is it good before or after the holidays to change their diet to a better diet?
So, I love and applaud anyone who's saying that they want to prioritize their health and feeling good. I say that every day that you want to do that is the perfect day. You don't have to wait for a particular moment to dive into a modification. What you can do is get support from a community, get some friends, lean into recipes. So for example, MyFitnessPal has recipes that you can say like, okay, I want to try more vegetables, or I'm interested in food that comes from this part of the world. And it'll populate a wonderful amount of delicious recipes that are filled with nutrients, and you can try that. Get a friend, do it with them, go for it. You don't have to wait until January, start now.
I have a Fitness Pal. It's not called MyFitnessPal, but I think I need to get one of those. Online, where can we find out more information, and where do we find out about MyFitnessPal?
So you can go to myfitnesspal.com or just go right on ahead and download that app.
Well, this has been great information. We may actually survive the holidays, and we'll probably owe part of that to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hosted the Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/Valder Beebe Show. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/Valder Beebe Show and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.